We have here our Williams Cyclone pinball machine. Today I'm going to pull the CPU out of it and install some non-volatile RAM that involves some desoldering and putting in a socket for the chip. I'll go through the steps here after I pull the board out. First thing is, you have to carefully remove the glass. I don't want to break this. Open it up here. The main processor unit, the NPU, is this board here. This is going to get removed carefully. That involves turning it off, of course, and then removing all the connectors around the perimeter. This will have to come off out of the way, and we'll pull the board out. The reason we're doing this is you'll see here there is a little jumper wire connected to where the batteries were. The batteries often leak and ruin the board. This board seems to be okay. The batteries are mounted off up on the side there. I'm going to remove all this and then replace this RAM chip here with a non-volatile RAM so it won't need batteries at all. I use a kind of a foam yoga mat to put on the top of the machine, so when I pull the display out I can just lay it down and it won't slide off the machine and crash. And then we just go through and carefully remove each one of these connectors all the way around the board. There's a lot of connectors, and they can be brittle, so just go gentle on them and just slide them off. You should not need to use tools to get them off. Alright, the board is now free. Now there's screws around the perimeter. I take the 3 bottom ones out, the 2 side ones out, and then the 2 corner ones out. I leave the middle one for last. Oh, and I forgot the battery things up here. I need a different screwdriver to get that off. Support the board from the bottom, and then you'll need to kind of move gently the connectors out of the way without dropping the board. And it'll slide right out. There it is. We'll take this over to the bench. It's been a while since I've had this board out to do any work on it, and there is evidence of some corrosion in and around this area in the center here. There's none dripping down into the chips, a little bit up there. I may go through and neutralize that with vinegar and maybe reflow some of those solder joints. I think this will take that out all the way, remove it, and then this chip here, U25, is the one we have to remove, and there's no socket there, so we're going to put a socket in its place. I'm going to use a solder sucker. I've got one of these, I don't know, it's a Amazon special solder sucker. We'll use that to try and remove the chip without damaging the board. The traces are super fragile, so you don't want to pull on it at all. I'm going to work on that first. So let's turn it over. And it looks like these are the areas to be sucked. These seem to have been pressed in. Pins are slightly bigger than the hole, so it's kind of wedged in there. Solder sucker did a pretty good job emptying these big holes. One side came loose, the other side still a little stuck. So I'm going to come in here with the soldering iron and see if I can just touch it a little bit. There we go. Loose. 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 Ta-da, there we go. Awesome. So that is gone. And the good news is underneath there, I'm not seeing, look a little closer, a whole lot of corrosion damage. I don't really see any under there, which is good. I'm going to come back, I think, and fill these holes in with solder, just so nobody looks at it and goes, hey, the board's broken, and tries to put it back in there once the NVRAM is in. Yeah, these guys look pretty clean. This is the one here that's going to come out. So we're going to turn this over and suck all the pins dry and carefully drop it out. So on this side, it looks like this one here. So some of these are stuck on the edges here a little bit. We're going to have to go in and muck with them a little bit. I think we're going to have to use the soldering iron, move them slightly. May try resoldering and sucking them again. All right, I had to resolder it and suck it again. Bend some of the pins, but gently this will lift out. Oh yeah, there it is. And sweet, I did not lift any pins. Excellent. We'll come back and we'll drop this socket in there just like so, and it'll be good to put the new chip in. This will drop a little flux on that. Where am I going here? Just a teeny bit. I am not a solder tech. I've never been. I'm just a hobbyist, so this is straightforward, but my technique may not be the best. All right, and then we'll come back in and clean that up. All right, now we'll check connectivity. And we will carefully install our NVRAM that I fabricated from parts online. Cost me about 15 bucks to do it. And we'll insert that in here and we'll plug it back in and see how it goes. All right, make sure you line the little U up with the little U. Keep all the orientations correct, and there's a dot on the chip that corresponds with all the markings. All right, now for the moment of truth. When you fire it up after it's been unplugged with no battery, it's going to give a fault. This one also has a ROM error on the audio. It'll get 4 beeps, but that's normal for me. That's normal. So you come in and we're going to go to factory settings. And then the other thing we're going to do is install, you gotta find free play. Where are you, free play? Oh, there you are. Yes. We'll zoom to the end. Or reboot. So that's the way mine has always been. Got the jackpot bonus, high scores have been reset. Got the LEDs are flashing there the right way. And yeah, so there it is, NVRAM. Now the real question is, when I turn it off, and I turn it back on, will it remember? So it is now turned off. And turn it back on. Free play, awesome sauce. It remembers. So yeah, that was a little more involved than I would have liked it to have been. The chip is pretty hard to get out. I would not attempt it without a solder sucker. But if you just go real slow at it, you'll eventually get it out without ruining the board. So there it is, putting the NVRAM in the Williams Cyclone. Have fun.